Imagine this for a second. Crystal clear turquoise waters, these perfect white sand beaches, palm trees rustling. It sounds like, well, the green vacation, doesn't it? But what if you could actually own a piece of that paradise, not just visit? Today on the Deep Dive, we're doing exactly that. We're exploring the really alluring world of luxury villa investment in Phuket. And just so we're clear, that's Phuket. Our mission really is to cut through all the information out there and just distill the ultimate guide to Phuket villa investment right down to the essentials for you. Think of this as your kind of shortcut, your fast track to understanding this pretty unique real estate market. We've got insights, practical advice, things you'll definitely want to hear.
Absolutely. And we want to make sure you walk away feeling, genuinely well-informed. This deep dive, it's going to cover, well, everything. Market dynamics, the legal stuff, which is crucial, but also the lifestyle, the rental potential, all the things that make Phuket so attractive. You'll get the full picture, hopefully quickly and comprehensively.
Great. So let's jump right in that. Phuket, it's always called the jewel of Thailand, right? Famous for beaches, vibrant culture. But beyond just being a huge tourist draw, what really makes it stand out as an investment opportunity? Is there something specific about the market conditions there?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's not just one single thing. It's more about how several factors kind of lock together perfectly. First off, it is undeniably a massive tourism hotspot. The source material points out millions of visitors head to Phuket every single year, and that constant flow of travelers, it translates directly into really strong demand for rental properties. So for investors looking for income, it's lucrative. Second, the property market itself is really dynamic. It's not standing still. It's always evolving, which means there are real opportunities for capital appreciation. So your investment can actually grow in value over time. And then you just can't ignore the lifestyle aspect. Owning a villa there isn't just about property. It's about accessing this incredible way of life. You've got world-class restaurants, those amazing beaches we mentioned like Patong, Kedah, Karan, and just so much to do. It all works together, creating this uniquely attractive investment case.
That really paints a vivid picture. The lifestyle feeding back into the investment value. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And thinking about the properties themselves, you mentioned it's a diverse market. What kind of villas are we actually talking about here? Is it all modern luxury, or is there more variety?
Oh, there's fantastic variety. And that's key, because people have different goals, different tastes. The guide breaks it down nicely. You've got your classic luxury villas. Think sleek, modern designs, private infinity pools often, high-end finishes, all the premium stuff. But then you also have traditional Thai villas. These really lean into the local style, often set in these beautiful, lush gardens, a very different feel, maybe more serene. And of course, for people who want that direct ocean access, there are beachfront villas right on or very near the sand. The views are just, unbeatable. And there's even a niche for golf course villas situated near the top courses for easy access for, golf lovers.
Okay, that breakdown is super helpful. So whether you're looking for a personal escape or something purely for rental income, sounds like there's an option. Now, let's get into the financial side, the market pulse. What are we seeing in terms of prices and rental potential right now? This is where the numbers really matter for listeners.
Right. Absolutely crucial. The source indicates pretty steady growth in demand for luxury villas, especially noticeable post-pandemic, actually. People are increasingly looking for second homes, particularly in warmer places like Phuket. That trend points towards a pretty robust market. Okay, now for the figures. And it's important to note they do vary quite a bit depending on the area. So in Patong, the really lively spot with all the nightlife, the average villa price is around 15 million Thai baht, that's THB, and the rental yield, pretty solid, about 6-8%.
15 million baht, okay? And 6-8% yield in Patong. Got it.
Then you move to Kedah, generally seen as quieter, maybe more family-friendly. There, the average price is a bit lower, maybe around 12 million THB, with yields typically falling between 5-7%.
Okay, slightly lower entry. It's still decent yield.
Exactly. Then Karan. It's got that lovely long beach, a nice mix of local feel and tourist facilities. Average price there is around 10 million THB, and yields are maybe 4-6%.
10 million for Karan, 4-6%.
Okay. Then you have Kamala. This area is often positioned as a bit more upscale, maybe less crowded than Patong. Average prices are back up a bit, around 14 million THB, and yields are generally in that 5-7% range, similar to Kar.
Kamala, 14 million, 5-7%.
Right. But if you're looking at the data provided and thinking about potentially the highest return, Bangkok really stands out. It's known for luxury resorts, very popular with wealthier expats. The average price is higher, yes, maybe around 18 million THB, but the potential rental yield is impressive, ranging from 6-9%.
Wow, okay. Bangkok, a higher price point, but potentially the highest yield at 6-9%.
Exactly. And what's really important to understand is that these differences, they reflect different parts of the market, different types of renters or buyers. Patong might appeal more if you're comfortable with that energetic vibe, whereas Kata or Karan suit a different, perhaps more relaxed profile. Bangtao clearly targets that premium high-end segment, so you can kind of pick your strategy based on location.
That location breakdown is incredibly useful. Really clarifies the landscape. So, okay, say you've done your research, you've got an idea where you might want to buy. What's the next step? How do you actually do it? Let's walk through the practical process.
Yeah, the good news is it can be pretty manageable if you follow the right steps. The guide lays it out clearly. First, unsurprisingly, is research. You've really got to dig into the specific areas, the types of villas that fit your needs, your budget, your goals. Don't skimp on this part.
Makes sense. Foundation first.
Absolutely. Then, and this is really critical, hire a local agent. You need someone reputable on the ground, someone who truly gets the Phuket market, the local dynamics, and crucially, the legal side of things. They're indispensable.
A good local agent.
Definitely. Once you have that agent and a short list, then you view properties. Go see them, get a feel for them, check the condition. But before you fall in love with a place, the next step is vital. Legal considerations. You absolutely must talk to a lawyer. They'll help you navigate Thai property law, make sure everything's above board. It's non-negotiable, really.
Right. Get the legal side sorted early.
Yes. After that due diligence, then you find your perfect villa, you make an offer, and if it's accepted, you move to complete the sale. That involves all the final paperwork and payments. Like the source says, Phuket offers an unparalleled lifestyle and investment opportunity. Following these steps helps you access that smoothly.
That does make it sound achievable, especially with professional help. But this brings up a really common question, particularly for our international listeners. How does property ownership actually work if you're not Thai? Are there specific rules for foreigners buying in Phuket?
Yes, that's a super important point, and the rules are different from many other countries. The main thing for foreigners to understand is you cannot own land outright in Thailand. So you can't own the actual ground the villa sits on. However, you can legally own the building itself, the structure, or, very commonly, you can lease the land long term.
Okay, so own the building, lease the land. What about condos?
Condos are slightly different. Foreigners can own condominiums freehold, but only up to 49% of the total sellable area in any single condominium project. For villas, though, which are usually standalone houses on plots of land, the leasehold structure is very common. You typically get a lease for 30 years, usually with options to renew, giving you secure, long-term use and control of the property.
Right, the 30-year leaseholds, that's a key term then. Okay, so you've figured out the legal structure. How do you actually pay for your slice of paradise? What are the typical ways foreigners finance these purchases?
Good question. In terms of financing, the simplest way is just a cash purchase. If you have the funds available, it avoids interest, simplifies the paperwork quite a bit. However, that's not always possible for everyone. So, bank loans are an option. Some Thai banks do offer mortgages to foreigners, but you really need to check the specific terms, the eligibility criteria. They can be quite different from what you're used to back home.
So bank loans are possible, but require careful checking.
Definitely. And a third route is sometimes developer financing. Occasionally, the property developer themselves might offer financing options directly, which can sometimes streamline the process, especially for off-plan purchases.
Good to know there are a few different avenues besides just cash. Now let's circle back to the investment angle, especially for people thinking about rental income. How do you actually maximize that? What really drives rental potential for a villa in Phuket?
Right, maximizing returns. It really boils down to three main things according to the guide. First, and probably most importantly, location, location, location still holds true. Being close to popular beaches, think Patong, Kata, Karon again, plus restaurants, attractions, that makes a huge difference to how easily you can rent it out and for how much. Easy access is key for tourists.
Proximity matters.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What else?
Second is amenities. What does the villa offer? A private pool, that's a big one. Nice gardens, modern furniture, good Wi-Fi. These features allow you to charge a higher rental rate. They elevate the guest experience.
A little luxuries count.
They really do. And finally, you have to factor in seasonality. Phuket has distinct high and low tourist seasons. Your rental prices will naturally fluctuate. You'll likely charge more during peak season, maybe less during the quieter months. Understanding that rhythm is key for forecasting your income.
Location, amenities, seasonality.
Got it. That's super practical advice. And, listening to all this, the market nuances, the legal steps, optimizing rentals, it really underscores what you said earlier about local expertise. How important is it really to work with someone local?
Oh, it's incredibly important. I'd say almost essential, especially if you're new to the market or buying from overseas. These local real estate experts, they bring deep market knowledge. They know the trends, the true values, maybe even off-market opportunities you wouldn't find otherwise.
That inside track.
Exactly. Plus, they have negotiation skills honed in that specific market. A good agent can often get you a better price, saving you potentially quite a bit of money. And maybe the most critical part is the legal guidance. Navigating foreign property law is tricky. A reputable local professional works with lawyers, ensures everything is done correctly, protects your investment, makes sure you're compliant. It just smooths out the whole process and reduces risk significantly. Yeah, sounds like invaluable support.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive into the ultimate guide to Phuket villa investment. We've really covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From understanding why Phuket is so compelling for investment, looking at the different types of villas, getting into the nitty-gritty of market trends, those average prices and yields in key areas like Patong, Bang Tao, Kata, and we walked through the buying process step by step, tackled those important legal and financial points for foreigners, and highlighted how to maximize rental potential with local help.
We certainly did cover a lot. And, as you're processing all this information, it's worth remembering. Investing in a villa in Phuket, it's more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's really an entry into a unique lifestyle, a different culture, maybe a whole new way of thinking about your life. So maybe the final thought to leave you with is beyond the potential financial returns, what kind of life, what kind of personal value could owning a place in that amazing part of the world hold for you? What does that look like in your mind?